Now it's time to try Xavier's new crown jewel, the D'Artagnan's Draft. A nice medium-bodied ale with some English hops and that malt sweetness. Xavier fans can look for this at D'Artagnan's Deck, as well as several other local Cincinnati area locations. Absolutely exquisite. Delightful, I could say.
Paul Fritschner here with Henry, the Cintas Center's first ever baby race champion. Henry came out here today and smoked away the competition, had his dad holding a pair of keys and dragging the way to the finish. Henry, how did you feel winning that race? Oh, he's still going. Look at him. Hot start. He is still going. Okay, I see. So how did you like your dad holding those keys out in front of you? You were motoring along there. Now, see, not all of us can peak in life as soon as you did. How do you feel now? Dad, how do you feel?
It was fun. He delivered, yeah, he came through.
So how did you come to the decision? What attracted him with the keys?
Well, he loves the keys, he loves the sound, and we practiced a couple of days. I tried a few different things, and once I sitting down in front of him, just dragging the keys ever so slightly in front of him seemed to work.
Well, Henry, it was a slow start, but you really picked it up in the end. Well, Henry, congratulations. First ever baby race champion here at the Cintas Center.
Welcome, everybody, to beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio, the Xavier University Soccer Complex. I'm Dan Carell alongside Paul Fritschner. And, Paul, we have a great game tonight. Two teams that are desperate to get back into the win column.
Yeah, Xavier is coming off a 4-game losing streak. This is an absolutely massive match for them. They really need to set the ship the right way going into the final week of the regular season. They are currently sitting in 6th place, that last spot in the Big East Conference tournament on the line. And then DePaul on the other side, 2 spots behind them and only 2 points away from sliding into that 6th spot. So both teams so much to play for this evening. Paul Fritschner here on the Big East Digital Network with Xavier's men's soccer coach Andy Fleming. You all just pull out a magnificent 5-3 victory over the Butler Bulldogs. You clinch your spot in the Big East tournament next week. Andy, 5 goals. What was it offensively that was clicking best for you guys tonight? How did you feel like your squad executed your game plan going into tonight's game? Well, Coach, congratulations. The Xavier Musketeers on to the Big East tournament for another year. They are 5-3 victors tonight in the regular season finale over the Butler Bulldogs. The ball is up. Tyler Fleek wins the tip. Jack Davin has control of it, and we're underway at 2:23 p.m. from Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky. Grant Diskin left side for Jack Davin. Colonel's going from left to right from our broadcast position. Jack Davin in the right corner has the ball for the Colonels. Staunch defense from Diablo Stewart gives it away to Neil Green. Now to Diskin, and he'll set up the offense. Diskin going with it on the left side of the court. Up top for Tyler Fleek. Everything outside the perimeter right now for the Colonels. 30 seconds transpired on this possession. Grant Diskin waiting. Suffocating defense from Scott County. Reverse the ball into the corner. Nick Thielen, they're still trying to get it within the perimeter. And now Nick Thielen is fouled outside by Bryce Long. A touch foul on the wing.
Billy Hicks not liking that. Some think that this may be Billy's last year. That's also the rumor kind of circulating that he may be done after this year.
Inbound Tyler Fleek to Grant Diskin. Jack Davin gets rid of it to Diskin. Diskin will try to drive, go into the hoop, pull-up jumper. No, it's blocked. Tipped around, and Bryce Long comes away with it. Bringing the ball up the court, Diablo Stewart, and the Cardinals have the ball for the first time. Great defense from the Cardinals to open up the game, and now they can get on the board first. Into the corner it goes to Long. He's a very good three-point shooter. They dump it down low to Moreno. Moreno backing down Thielen, who blocks the shot, gets the basketball. It goes out of bounds off of Thielen's hand. And the Colonels will have to play some more defense. Thielen actually just stuffed that one, didn't even have to jump. Sort of just shot the ball into Thielen's hand.
Moreno played a little bully ball there to get to drive it into the post.
Inbound to Bryce Long, and he's fouled as he goes up to the basket. He'll shoot the game's first 2 free throws. Dan, do you know any of the referees in this game?
I don't. I don't know any of them, and I don't recall seeing any of them here in the past.
First free throw good for Bryce Long.
They're an extremely good. They shoot 74% from the free throw line, And Long himself, he shoots, where was he at?
70.6.
Yep, 70.6.
Second free throw good for Long. It's a 2-0 lead for Scott County. Grant Diskin bringing the ball into the front court, and he loses it. Turnover. Glenn Covington comes away with it, and Covington has the shot blocked by Diskin, but it's a foul. And Covington will go to the line for 2. The Colonels having trouble doing anything on offense right now. Joey Mosier will go into the game.
2 trips, 2 turnovers.
Mosier, Jay Jackson, and Michael Mayer will go in. The Colonels going for a different look already. First free throw for Glenn Covington, and the lefty makes it. He's an 87.5% free throw shooter. Neil Green, Tyler Fleek, and Jack Davin check out of the game.
Going to our 3-guard set. We've played here the last 3 or 4 games. A little better ball.
Second free throw, good. And now Michael Mayer will inbound. Diskin will bring it up, but it's full court man-to-man pressure from Scott County. Diskin with some extra ball handling help on the court. Now he's trapped in the backcourt, gets rid of it to Michael Mayer. He'll take the ball to the rim. Michael Mayer bullies his way all the way to the hoop. Shot no. Rebound by the Colonels. Jay Jackson in the corner, open for 3, but he doesn't take it. Drives to the hoop, dishes it down low again to Mayer. Mayer goes up with it, blocked by Moreno, but rebound to the Colonels. Diskin for 3, got it to go. Covington Catholic gets a basket, but then an outlet pass, and it's blocked by Nick Thielen. Holy cow. What a block by Nick Thielen. Diskin made the 3. Lorenzo Williams was cherry-picking by their free throw line. A home run pass went all the way to Williams. He went up with the ball, but Thielen recovered and blocked the shot. 6:06 to go in the first quarter. Colonels trail 4-3. Moreno's free throw line jumper around and out. Tip back, no. Scott County offensive rebound stolen away by Mayer. And the Colonels have it. Diskin pushing it up the floor to Thielen. He has the ball for the first time. Thielen tries to spin. It goes out of bounds off of Scott County. Went off of Bryce Long's foot. Thielen lost it on the spin move. And Joey Mosier will inbound underneath his own basket.
Long's matched up against Thielen. Long's about 6'1", 6'2".
Mosier inbound to Thielen. Handoff to Jackson. Coming off a screen, it's Diskin. Couldn't get the 3 off. Now to Jackson. Fakes a 3. Drives. Free throw line jumper. Right side, no. Rebound by Glenn Covington. And the Cardinals will push the other way. 2 passes, and they're already up the court. Diablo Stewart with the basketball on the Big Blue UK logo. And midcourt. Onto the right side it goes to Lorenzo Williams. Now up and across to Covington. 3-pointer blocked by Thielen. And Thielen tried to save the ball, but he was stepping on the sideline. He was asking the referee if maybe there was a push-off. But 5:23 to go in the first quarter. Colonels trailing 4-3, but Scott County still looking for their first field goal. Walking the ball up the court, it's Diablo Stewart. Into the front court it comes. Lorenzo Williams with it. Now Moreno, top of the key. Looking around. Moreno, right side for Bryce Long. Scott County 0 for 4 from the field. 3-pointer from Williams. Good for 3. And they're 1 for 5. Shouldn't have said anything.
No.
5 minutes to go in the first. It's 7-3. Scott County. Moreno up the way to Thielen, but he throws it over Thielen's head and out of bounds. Mayer was looking to Thielen for an alley-oop type pass, but Thielen was still on the ground. It went way over his head and out of bounds. Another turnover.
Williams is one of their poor 3-point shooters at 28%, but he knocked that one down.
It's 4 turnovers already for Covington Catholic. 4:47 to go in the first. 3-pointer from Moreno, no. Rebound tipped around. Thielen controls. Outlet pass to Diskin. No numbers for the Colonels. Diskin splitting the defense, and he throws it across the lane off of Mayer's head. Turnover again. Bryce Long the other way. Drops it off behind him for Covington. Behind him to Stewart for 3. Yes. And it's a 6-0 run for Scott County, and it's already 10-3 Cardinals. Colonels have to stop the bleeding and get a bucket. They're 1 for 4 from the field. Joey Mosier gets rid of it to Michael Mayer. Now at midcourt, it's Grant Diskin. Diskin across the way to Jay Jackson on the left corner. Top of the key for Thielen. He drives, fakes, and there's a foul on the floor. And that one will go against Scott County, against Diablo Stewart.
top 3, 0-0. And for the play-by-play, my partner, Paul Fritschner.
Thank you, Aaron. And Zach Rakusin takes a called strike on the first pitch from Chuck Weaver. Top of the third inning, no score on the Florence Freedom Broadcasting Network. Both teams with a hit apiece. The box score is exactly the same right now. No runs, a hit, no errors. Next pitch to Rakusin is grounded to short, and it gets under the glove of Austin Wobrock. That'll be an error on the shortstop. And Rakusin reaches to lead off the third inning.
It was the errors yesterday that doomed Florence early. 4 mistakes defensively as Schaumburg took an early 6-0 lead and then a 9-1 lead in that game. Certainly got to try to play better defensively behind your starting pitching.
And that's a man at shortstop that generally doesn't make those kinds of errors. That was a routine ground ball, maybe a tricky third hop, but either way, that's a play that probably could and should be made. Now Douglas Trimble comes to the plate with a runner on first base, and he lines one back up the middle into center on 4 hops. It's to Harrison White, and in 2 pitches, it's first and second with nobody out for the Crushers. So there you go. That's where the error can come back to haunt. And now hopefully for Chuck Weaver, he can limit it to just those 2 base runners and keep them where they are through the next 3 outs in the inning.
Isn't it funny how that works? 1 error and all of a sudden everything gets easier for the offense immediately thereafter. Certainly Wobrock is worth his weight in gold at short. And he wouldn't make excuses. I'm not going to make any excuses, but you just wonder if there's anything in regards to Florence coming off one of the rare series on a grass infield with dirt. Now back here on the turf, getting that big bounce that maybe you weren't quite expecting after playing 3 games on grass.
Aaron Hill takes the first pitch for ball 1, and it's the first batter today that Chuck Weaver has fallen behind. Aaron Hill struck out looking to lead off the game on 3 pitches. Weaver has thrown 26 pitches, 22 of them for strikes so far, so he has been all over the zone. 1-0 pitch. He works back for a strike with that slider to even the count at a ball and a strike. Runner on first base is Douglas Trimble. Runner on second is Zach Rakusin. He reached on the error by Wobrock. No score, top 3, but the Crushers are threatening to break this tie in a scoreless affair. 1-1 pitch. It's a bunt, and it's popped up back behind the plate and just to the left of us. That's kind of the play that we might have to make if a foul ball is to reach its way in the final 15 home games, 14 after today. Guaranteed a foul ball into the press box, and the opportunities are dwindling, Aaron.
They certainly are. That was about as close as we've gotten off the bounce.
A ball and 2 strikes to the second baseman. Healthy leads off of first and second, and there's a called strike 3. See you later. Same pitch to Aaron Hill, a slider down the middle, and that's a big first out because now a double play ends the inning.
And the second strikeout looking for Hill, and it's been a case of a different story in both of them. 2 strikes. Last time he got a fastball. This time probably thinking he's going to get another fastball with 2 strikes. He got the curve. Each time those pitches, not what he was expecting, and both on the outside black. Weaver winning the mental battle. And off to a good start against Hill tonight.
Dane Hutchin is at the plate now. The third baseman lines one into the right field gap, and Ricky Ramirez goes over and makes a diving catch. Fires it back into second, but Ricky Ramirez Jr. never afraid to make the Superman catch, and he saves at least 1 run, maybe 2, on a spectacular play in the right center gap.
And what you love about Ricky out there is he just makes everything look so easy. Wasn't running out of control after it. He was almost calmly getting to it, knowing that he had the reach on a full extension dive. And did he ever? Another sensational play in right field for Ricky, who's made a handful of them early in his Freedom career.
Hutchin falls to 0 for 2 with a couple of lineouts to the outfield, and Terry McClure takes the first pitch, a breaking ball low and away that Ryan Rinsky blocks up for ball 1. Good block from Rinsky because that keeps it from going to the backstop, saves the runners from advancing, keeps the force play in effect at all bases but home. Ball and no strikes to the designated hitter. Has 1 of 2 hits for the Crushers today, and he takes A 79-mile-an-hour slider that catches the outer part of the plate to even the count at 1. No runs on 2 hits for the Crushers. No runs on a hit with 1 error for the Florence Freedom. They're trying to get this 6-game homestand off to a good start. Florence only sitting at 1 game above 500. A ball and a strike now. And this one bounces, gets right behind the plate, but Rinsky's right there for it. Counts 2-1. Seems like every time Florence gets 1 or 2 games above 500, they drop the next 1 or 2 to bring them back towards 500.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a back and forth season for Florence. But they certainly have the ability, with the completeness of this roster that skipper Dennis Pelfrey has built, to go on some sort of a major winning streak that they haven't done yet in 2018.
The 2-1 grounded foul on the third base side, and Dad fails to make a play as the ball bounces back onto the field. The count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
On one end, you got Dad not making the play. On the other, you got a 6-year-old making a backhand play. Not adding up.
Both ends
Need
of the
more out of
spectrum.
Dad.
Yeah, I know.
Calling for more.
Demanding much more out of our highly skilled Florence Freedom fans. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top 3, no score. 2 on for the Crushers. Strike 3, slider looking. Weaver's got it rolling, and it's scoreless into the bottom of the 3rd. He works around 2 early base runners with nobody out. Gets 3 straight outs, 2 on strikeouts looking, and we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. No score on the Freedom Broadcasting Network.
Absolutely exquisite. Delightful.